Hi, I'm Reena John from EvolveBPM. Join me as I discuss with Martin and Satish about the pros and the process of getting a company certified for Cyber Essentials and GDPR compliance. Hello, Martin and Satish. Would
Hi,
you
Reen.
like to introduce yourselves?
Martin, why don't you do the honors?
I will do. Thank you. So my name's Martin de Bruin from Des Leon Limited in London, and I had the pleasure of working with Rena and the team over at Evolve during their Cyber Essentials and IASME GDPR certification.
Hello, everyone. My name is Satish Sadasivan. I'm the Chief Mentor and Advisor with EvolveBPM. We've been in business for about a year and a half now. Primarily, our lead gen, demand gen company, headquartered out of Sheridan, Wyoming in the US. We do have delivery facilities across the globe, including the Philippines and in multiple facilities across India.
Before we go any further, congratulations on becoming the first lead gen and BPO company in India to receive not one, but two compliance certifications. That is the Cyber Essentials Certificate and the GDPR Compliance Certificate.
Thank you so much, Reena. It's been a monumental effort from the team, and we were very keen to get this right because, like I said before, and Martin would agree, data is the nerve center, the DNA of everything that we do at Evolve BPM. So to be compliant with global regulations and to make sure that every data set is handled with great amount of care and security and privacy, we wanted to make sure that we have the right controls in place, and that is how we reached out to our colleagues at Desilon to please come in and not only define the framework, but also help us to get audited and be compliant and then get certified.
Well, Martin, let's start with the Cyber Essentials Certificate. What is it and why is it so important for a company like Evolve BPM?
So Cyber Essentials is the absolute minimum standard that any organization should want to achieve. It shows that they have a minimum set of infrastructure security in place. It shows that they have some controls, that there's a control framework in place, that there's governance around the handling of information. In the UK, it is now considered the minimum standard for all organizations, even quite often to apply for government type contracts. The bid process will ask you whether you have Cyber Essentials as an absolute minimum.
So it's safe to say that with the Cyber Essentials certification, we keep or break our client trust in the digital first world. And why do you think it's important for a company like Evolve BPM to pursue the GDPR compliance certification? Are there any particular benefits that Evolve BPM can look for now that they've got certified?
So the IASME GDPR certification is a step further or on top of your Cyber Essentials accreditation. Um, Basically, as we all know, GDPR came out a couple of years ago, and it was considered a new way of dealing with personal data. So for an organization like Evolve, who it's, as Satish pointed out, its DNA is made up of personal data. Without that personal data, there is no business. So it's very important that you look at how you acquire that data, how you process that data, who has access to it. And the GDPR certification makes sure that you have that governance process in place so that you don't have unauthorized access to the information, that you've put in place controls to prevent breaches. It's impossible in today's world to say, I will not ever have a breach, because even with all the best will in the world, all the security in the world, these things still happen. But what this gives you is a stepping stone. Compliance is not a destination, it's an ongoing journey. So what you'll find is you will build on what you have now continuously. You will keep on improving those processes. What it shows your customers or your potential customers is that you can be trusted. They can trust you with their information. There's a lot of competitors who may not take this very seriously, who may be sailing a bit close to the wind who'll go, well, we'll take a chance with this data, we'll just transfer it, or we'll store it unencrypted, that type of thing. We've made sure that EvolveBPM have these processes in place. We have the controls in place. We've added things that monitor all of your remote devices, all your endpoints are monitored for software perhaps that is out of date or software that's become vulnerable, and you can act very quickly on those results or that monitoring. So in today's world, I don't believe that you can operate a business without having effective control mechanisms in place. The certifications gives you the minimum set of controls, and you will, as I said, build on those in the future to become even better at managing that data. There's no point in having data that is old or it's expired. The data's 10 years old. So we've been through that process. We've said, well, how much data do we want to keep? What's our retention policy? So all these things have been considered, and it has been a hard job, especially if you've gone through it the first time. And I know that the auditors came back with a few questions here and there. None of them were significant, which tells me that we've done really, really well to start off. The fundamental building blocks were there. We just had to add some control layers around and over what you were already doing.
It definitely sounds like it's money's worth and to the best interest of Evolve BPM to go the extra mile and be GDPR compliant and certified. To move on to the process, here is my take on the process. Having gone through the process of applying for and getting Evolve BPM certified in Cyber Essentials and GDPR compliance, I feel that the process of certification was simple and straightforward, but tricky in that we had to work with many stakeholders to meet the requirements. We got our policies in place and checked that they were being adhered to. We applied for certification and toward this answered many pages of audit questions to convince our auditors that we are running a tight ship where our systems are restricted except for role-based access. For the GDPR audit, we had to answer questions to give the auditors confidence that privacy of data held was of utmost importance with regard to the storage and use of data. I'm happy that through Martin's company, the audit process seemed easier on us. We got the right advice and help when required. Thank you to the support from Satish and our management. Things moved at a very fast pace at our end to speed up our certification process. Satish and Martin, do you have any last words or thoughts?
I think what is really important here is it's a multi-layered process, right? One is the process itself that needs to be fixed as far as who has access to what, but also from a technology perspective, making sure that the right kind of restrictions are in place for a lot of people who have access to the data, including limited access on their laptops or desktops, the inability to download any of the data to their local machines, the inability to print any of the data or take screenshots. Even mobile phones, if they get emails, they will not be able to take a screenshot. So with Microsoft Intunes and Microsoft 365 and a few other technology tools, we were effectively able to implement this across the organization. The added challenge was, of course, getting it done during COVID times when a lot of people were not in the office, were working from home. And also given the challenge that we are a global company, we have operations across the globe, including the Philippines. So it kind of made the whole nature of this initiative a little bit more tricky. But I think, at the end of the day, if the vision is very clear and the intent is to take data very seriously, I think we can get it done. And that's what we've done at Evolve. I would like to thank my team across the board, including my finance, my technology, and my operations team, who actually put in those efforts and the right kind of controls, monitored for adherence. And here we are today. Martin, any last thoughts from you, my friend?
No, I think we've done really well, as you just said, considering that we've done this during COVID with people dispersed around the world. There were some timing challenges, people being off sick, perhaps. So it does go to show that it can be done, even when faced with these challenges. because I think a lot of organizations would have put this off and gone, well, let's just wait until we're back in the office, or, you know, we can do this next year. It's not going to change that much. You may as well do it now. And I think we've proved that it literally can be done during the times of COVID. And I wish you all the best. I'm so pleased to hear that you'll be the first company in India to have these accreditations. And, you know, we'll build on that. We'll take it forward from here on.
It's been an insightful discussion. Thank you for your time, Martin and Satish. All the best to Evolve BPM and Deslian. We would wait to hear bigger things from you in the near future.
Thank you
Thank
so much. A pleasure.